V8, 4.5 liter V8. So I just ran into a problem, guys. As I was lifting this airbox up, awesome, right? The filter doesn't look too bad. It looks runnable, to be quite honest with you guys. I can clean it right now. But as soon as I had lifted this thing up, man, the straps holding onto the airbox fall down into the engine bay, into the back. Look at that. So today is another day, guys. We were able to get the Porsche running, and I didn't get to film some parts just because it was a bit difficult. You know, I was doing the work myself. Later on, my dad came and helped me out. But early on in the video, I was doing most of the work myself. I had to go get oil for it because I checked the dipstick. There was absolutely zero oil in it. After that, I didn't get the oil filter just because it's gonna leak all of it out. The gaskets, you know, they're completely deteriorated. So I'm gonna go ahead and wait off on an actual real oil change for now. I just put in the oil just to see if I could get it, you know, at least turned on or get the engine turning over. And we were able to. It was a complete success. So that's awesome. But I did go through a couple things. I cleaned out the air box. I cleaned out the air filter. Right now, I do want to go ahead and clean up the car since I wasn't able to. As you guys can see, it's ridiculously, horribly dirty in here. I have to clean so many things up. Right behind me is an original suspension setup with the original shocks. And not even that, I have an entire spare transmission in the back hatch. And this horrible, hideous dash cover. I have not looked under this dash. So, oh yes, I wanted to show you guys as well. This dash pod is cracked, but as I was checking, it is fully cracked through, only through this side. I don't think the phone is gonna focus, but it's fully cracked. This crack leads through the underside, this one. But as I've seen, I could go ahead and seal it up and reupholster it. Either way, I'm gonna be reupholstering the car into Alcantara. So it shouldn't be too big of a deal, you know. I'm pretty nifty on little things like that. And the car does need a couple things. Obviously, it's an older car. I was checking the other day and the windows do work on both sides. The only issue I'm having right now is trying to get this top, this tiny top, which my whole hand is the size of my entire hand.
What the hell?
I'm trying to get it to fold inside through the roof. It only goes down, but it doesn't fully go in through the roof. So I have to figure that out. I have to figure what's going on now with that. And I have to go ahead and collect the manuals, the paperwork from this car, the service records, which is all in here. I just have to go ahead, you know, put it inside a folder and stuff. And obviously, as you guys can see, the carpet is just, I mean, just look at that, guys. That looks absolutely hideous. Absolutely horrible. I'm gonna have to do a complete interior detail on this just to at least, just for it to be presentable, you know, when people come and look at it, because I have a lot of family members that like to come and look at the car, and just to at least make it, you know, a bit more comfortable. And it's so funny that the infamous puffy seats this car does have the infamous puffy seats, sadly. But it's not a big deal. Look how tiny this mirror is, guys. This mirror is so small. I don't know if it's just because I'm 6'2", but this mirror is so tiny, man. And it's so awesome that this still, you know, this isn't as flimsy as you guys would think. It's actually pretty sturdy. All we got to do is just let it soak in for a bit, guys, and we'll go ahead and wipe it off. It's already dark, as you guys can see, my beautiful neighborhood. But it's never too late to clean. Especially me. I mean, I never usually have chances, but... So it's another day, guys. Of course, as you guys know, I work, so I don't have as much time on my hands. But here we are, and I'm here to show you guys the results of how the car turned out the other day that I detailed it. Of course, I got the cardboard right here, you know, since the oil's leaking. We're gonna go ahead and fix that, and we'll go ahead and film a video pretty soon about replacing all the gaskets. I just have to order a lot of parts, including the most important one right now in order to get the car up and running: the fuel pump, fuel lines, and the fuel filter, and the gasket kit, which is going to include all the gaskets I need in order to do all the preventative maintenance, right, in order so that it doesn't leak anymore. But let's go ahead and show you guys the results of me detailing the car the other day. That classic click never gets old, guys. And I mean, just look at the interior. It looks 500 times cleaner, 500 times better. It smells absolutely fresh in here. Of course, I have a couple things that, you know, I have to fix, like this cracked dash right here and the cracked, well, this is the pod, but the cracked dash as well, as you guys can see right there. But the seats actually turned out pretty good. As you guys can see, the infamous puffy seats from the 928. My 928 does have those puffy seats, unfortunately. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and reupholster the car, so I'm not too worried about it. As far as you guys commenting, you know, if I'm going to keep things original and OEM, I'm going to try to keep a lot of things as original as possible. But I do want to add a lot of flavor into the car, my own aesthetics. And that's going to include a new gen, the 997 GT3 livery, white on white with that red livery going across the top of the roof onto the hood. And I also want to do something special with the interior with some Alcantara and kind of update that little infotainment system, you know, make it a little bit more modern. Some purists are absolutely ripping their hairs out right now. But I quietly, frankly, do not care, because I want to be innovative with the car, you know. I want to do something different, something special, something I have not seen on any 928 so far. So that's where I'm at right now. And as far as, you know, the interior goes, it's in pretty good condition, to be quite honest with you guys. These seats are still very nice and plush, as you guys can see. I wasn't able to get some of the grime out just for the sake of trying not to damage the seats as much as I could. But I got most of it out. And, you know, I have some tools back here and, you know, a couple parts. I wasn't able to take that transmission out the other day just because of how heavy it was. I needed another person, and I didn't have anyone helping me out. But besides that, I mean, it's just a couple little, you know, like this is dangling out. I need to replace a couple buttons like this one. I'm going to reupholster the seats. A video will be coming out about me fixing this dash pod. I've done so much research, and I know exactly what route I'm going to be taking, since, you know, new dash pods and dashes, complete dashes, are astronomically expensive and very hard to source. So I'm going to have to repair it, which is completely fine, and it's going to turn out all right, guys. It's going to turn out all good. And as I just noticed, you know, we have some cracking here. And obviously, I'm going to replace the carpet. I'm thinking the carpet maybe is going to go in another color in order to liven up the interior a little bit. And I just love these 80 interiors, guys. Amazing, breathtaking interior. Honestly, I love it. I'm probably most likely going to be switching out the steering wheel. I really love the 993 steering wheel, which is much more of a classic 3-spoke steering wheel versus this, you know, weird modernish looking steering wheel, which is still awesome, don't get me wrong. But, you know, I just love the 993 steering wheel, especially when it's wrapped in that beautiful Alcantara and sometimes even little pieces of carbon fiber, which make it look just amazing. As far as the transmission goes, this has the 4-speed, and it's a great transmission. I mean, the thing is bulletproof. It's built by Mercedes, and quite honestly, I don't know which route I'm gonna take on the transmission, since I do kind of want to daily drive it and take it to a lot of clubs. And I do really want to manual swap it, but the 928 transmissions on this exact year weren't exactly all that great as you guys would expect them to be. They're very delicate transmissions. You have to baby them a lot, and I'm the type of person that loves to drive hard, and I don't think that transmission is gonna hold up to my driving habits, quite honestly, guys. So I'm definitely thinking of, I'm gonna see if I can take another route with a manual transmission. Maybe I'll throw another manual transmission in there, just to make the car, you know, better for my driving experience. And I'm gonna be doing some research on it. If not, then I'll just be keeping the automatic transmission inside this car. It's not the end of the world since it isn't a 911. It's a 928. I mean, it's a GT touring coupe. So it's not the end of the world for me, right? If I keep this automatic transmission in it. But a manual would definitely be so cool with this car. Well, that's enough of me talking, guys. I think the video is going to end here. It's been a blast having you guys come on here and just see the process of me obtaining this 928 from the state and condition it was in to the state and condition it's in now. Very, very small improvements, but they're good improvements. So far, we got the car detailed, which was quite a lot of work. Not fully detailed because I still need the hatch, as you guys can see. There's a lot of stuff back there, but I'll be vacuuming it up. It's such a small portion of the car that I'm not too worried about it, as long as this front end and these back seats are nice and clean. Awesome experience sharing this video with you guys, and I hope you guys stay tuned in for the next video. Catch you guys later.